I'd like to welcome Washington and Jefferson College to the stage. 16th year head coach Mike Sirianni and senior defensive back Zach Royba are here this afternoon representing the presidents. W&J.
Kevin, I want to reiterate, seriously though, a lot of you guys know Joe is the person that comes and sees you after the game, but you don't know him as a genuine, one of the greatest people that I've ever met. He's just a genuine good person, and I appreciate everything you do, Joe. So, seriously, you're a good man.
I'll give you that one. You can cut me off for that one.
I was going to ask Cam for basketball tickets since no one wanted to, but I'll trade you Colts tickets for Warriors tickets.
Coach, we're going to start with some questions for you. You lost one of the most prolific wide receivers in Division III history when Jesse Zubik graduated last spring. How do you replace that type of consistent output and playmaking ability in your offense?
You don't. And you don't even try to. And honestly, I think we will be better offensively because of it. Again, Jesse was a once-in-a-lifetime talent. I do think we forced him the ball a little bit too much at times. But being more diverse in terms of who we throw the ball to. And we have some good receivers coming back. Brandon Barnes had 50 catches last year. Jake Cullen, our starting tight end, was hurt a lot last year, but he was second team all-conference as a junior. We have some really young, good wideouts. It's the biggest, most depth we've ever had at receiver. They're just young. So you don't try to. You just spread the ball out. You're not going to see a receiver maybe ever again have the type of catches numbers that he had. So you don't try to. You just spread the ball out. Hope your young kids are ready to play. That's why we have spring practice. And I mention every year that's why we play JV games. And the only team that beat us in a JV game the last 2 years was Mount Union. So those young wideouts are ready to play, and they're going to be good players this year.
Jacob Adams had a chance to start the final 3 regular season games last season. Is poised to be your quarterback this year. What can we expect from Jacob in 2018?
Well, it's a little dangerous. We're pretty much handing him the job. We don't really have anyone else. We have a couple very good freshmen that we're excited about. That being freshmen, you don't know what you're going to get. One's a coach's son, Coach Haycock, the coach at Muskingum. His son is coming to W&J. We're excited about him. But we're pretty much going to hand Jake the job. That being said, I made a bold prediction last year. And hey, listen, if Alex doesn't get hurt, I might be right. I thought our quarterback could have been, whoever it was, the best player in the league last year. He missed the last 3 games. We weren't able to prove that. I think Jake could be one of the best quarterbacks in the country. He played terrific. I think, he had 9 touchdowns and 1 interception in 3 games as a starter. And I didn't let him do anything for the first 2 games. We ran the ball. We tried to shorten the game. We tried to get it over. And then his last game, I let him play. And he threw for 400 yards. And he's a high recruit for us, had multiple scholarship offers at the Division II level. And, I think the world of him. He's very competitive. He was a great basketball player in high school. I think he is poised to have one of the better 2-year runs a W&J quarterback. And that's a big statement has ever had. That's how much confidence I have in Jake Adams.
Coach, last question for you. Does your coaching style change at all when you have an experienced group as you did in 2017 compared to the group with less experience coming back this year?
Your coaching style changes as you get older. And unfortunately, I'm getting older. I still have all my hair, but no, I don't. We have an experienced team. We're going, oh, you're inexperienced. Listen, our best defensive player last June was Nick Getz. Nick didn't play it down for us. He was our best player on defense. And a lot of you guys in here remember him. He's number 13. His sophomore year, he didn't play for us. He tore his Achilles in the summer and didn't play a snap for us last year. He's back. Again, we play JV games for a reason. We have 9 scheduled this year. Will we play them all? I don't know, but we play them for a reason. So the young men that are going to play for us this year that you've never heard of, I've watched play for 2 years, 1 year, and I've watched them on video, and they are very talented. And to go in with that, too, we also have the 3 offensive linemen who are our best 3 offensive linemen that we've ever had as a group coming back in the 15 years I've been the head coach. And if you did do an all-PAC preseason team, you could argue that all 3 of our returning offensive linemen might be on that team. We have 2 running backs, and usually don't talk about W&J running backs. We have 2 outstanding young. One's only going to be a sophomore, one's only going to be a junior running back. So in terms of a young team, yeah, they're younger, but we're going to let them have fun. We're going to let them play. We're going to let them develop a sense of confidence, and this is a very good football team, and I'm very confident in what we have coming back.
Coach, thanks. Zach, a couple questions for you now. The President's recently graduated a wealth of experience on defense. What do you need to do as a team to maintain that same high level of performance as 2017?
We're going to have to focus. It's never an ideal situation replacing the seniors who graduated last year, but it's going to be focus on the field and focus in the film room. Focusing every rep we take, making sure that we're making the most of it, make sure we're taking mental reps when we're on the sidelines, and then becoming like students of the game in the film room. Being able to be coached by our coaches because they know what they're talking about, and then being able to critique ourselves. And once we do that, we'll be able to maintain and hopefully excel in what we did last year.
As the most experienced returning defensive player for W&J, what type of role outside of your safety position do you see yourself in, both on and off the field this year?
Definitely a leadership role. Making sure we're competing in practice, making sure we're staying focused and keeping the right mindset, but also kind of presenting myself as an extra coach on the field, especially these young players, making myself available to them, answering questions, anything they have, and when I'm on the sidelines and they're on the field, watching them so I can give any type of tips I can to them. And off the field, obviously there's a lot of temptations on a college campus, and sometimes that creates trouble, but we got to make sure that when we go out, we're being respectful and we're kind of conducting ourselves in a way that W&J football should be represented.
Zach, final question for you. With 1 season left and 28 career victories under your belt, what has it meant to you to wear a W&J football uniform?
It's meant a lot, and honestly probably a lot more than I really expected coming into the school. Most people know that W&J has a great education, great football program, but you really don't know what it means until you're a part of it. And while I'm there, we've had multiple alumni come back, and just you hear how passionate they still are about the program, even though they're years removed, and how they still follow you and just keep up to date on you, and it's an awesome feeling. And then also the friendships I've made has been some of the best friendships I'll ever have in my life, and that's credit to W&J football and just being able to put on the jersey and knowing the history behind the program. So being a part of the program has definitely meant a lot to me.
Coach, Zach, thank you guys. W&J will get its season underway September 1st at St. John Fisher College.